The Horn of Africa is a region in northeastern Africa that has experienced many difficulties ranging from severe drought to political instability. There are long-standing tensions between the countries of Ethiopia and Eritrea, which has created a refugee situation that is very complicated. In northern Ethiopia, the refugee situation has received relatively little global attention. As a whole, the problem is neglected and underserved. God has brought this region and its needs to the attention of the Blue River Kansas City Baptist Association. This ministry has felt compelled to establish a long-term focus of serving the people of this region. Since 2011, the Blue River Kansas City Baptist Association has partnered with a non-governmental organization and local Ethiopian churches to train up church leaders, empower refugees, and bring hope of a better life to the Eritrean and Ethiopian people in northern Ethiopia. With the leadership of Dr. Rodney Hammer, the Blue River Kansas City Baptist Association takes 2 mission trips each year, in January and July, to minister to the needs of the people of northern Ethiopia.
The refugees in northern Ethiopia are from Eritrea, which is the country immediately to their north on the Red Sea.
The refugees are actually fleeing some pretty terrible situations, human trafficking and young boys being drafted into the military and unable to escape.
But one of the places they flee from Eritrea is to northern Ethiopia, across the border through the mountains.
In Mayani, there are refugees, families, and children, but there's 1,300 unaccompanied minors, where these little ones have traveled all by themselves to make it all the way to the camps.
These truly would represent, we believe, what the Bible calls the least of these. They're the poorest of the poor. They have the least opportunity. They have the least income. They have the least attention from the world. There was only 20,000 refugees when we started going, and now it's up to 40,000 plus and climbing. The needs of Eritrean refugees are not unlike global refugees anywhere, in the sense that they need housing, they need food.
There are a lot of needs within the camps, especially in the medical area. The clinics don't have hardly any medications, no sheets for the beds, and no privacy.
We would go to Shire first and then out to the camps. And so we met the evangelical leaders and Pastor Temeskin from that church. And the Lord just immediately knit our hearts together, provided opportunities for us to partner with that church.
When we go to the camps, we have an opportunity to have Vacation Bible School there, and it's wonderful. We get to be with the children. They're so excited, they're so full of love, and it's what we enjoy doing the most. We have an opportunity to just love on them and share Jesus with them, and that love is returned so full. I mean, we go to give, but we're abundantly blessed in return. One of their greatest needs was a library the last time we were there. And I went, oh my goodness, I can do that.
The reason the libraries in the refugee camps are so successful is because of all of the donations and prayers from the people right here in America. The libraries are just full of books and excitement with all the people that are attending the libraries, the children and the adults both.
It was amazing because we did ask one of the librarians, and they said, the library helps keep them kind of out of trouble and brings them in and keeps them from maybe doing something they shouldn't be doing. And, you know, we're all alike. We try and encourage our children and want them to have the best in their education. And they're doing the exact same thing.
The church in Shire has grown quite a bit. They're baptizing folks in a very difficult and oppressive environment where evangelical Christians are persecuted and opposed. And so as we've worked with them, we've seen the growth of the church, and Pastor Temeskin is leading the church now to minister to children throughout the city as well as in the refugee camps.
Their church has grown so much, and they just have wonderful opportunities to reach out and make a difference.
There's been such an explosion of the gospel, both in churches in Shire and in the refugee camp. There's a lot of spiritual warfare, so we don't want them to lose sight of the hopefulness in the Lord. So they need our continual prayers to stay positive, to stay focused, and just to feel the love of the Lord every day.
You can help us by praying. You can help us by giving. You can help by going. In prayer, we need prayer for the gospel advance in northern Ethiopia and throughout the refugee camps among the Eritreans, and even the spread of the gospel back into Eritrea and throughout the Horn of Africa. We need prayer for these that are struggling in hopelessness. Prayer for the workers and for the church leaders in that area and for the Bible school students and church planters.
Sometimes you might not be able to go to Africa, but your prayers are amazing. We couldn't do it without your prayers, and we're so grateful.
You can also go in January and July of each year. We take a team. Sometimes the team consists of VBS, Vacation Bible School workers. Sometimes it consists of those that are helping with some construction on the Bible school, and then teams that work with children and others in the refugee camps, as well as those who teach in the Bible school. So we covet your prayers, we covet your donations, we covet your participation, and we appreciate your consideration before the Lord.